Step. Moon race heats up. What does it mean? I would like to discuss the all programs related to moons. Recent technologies and progress has reduced the cost of space missions and opened the way for new players in the public and private sector to get involved in moon missions. Like India is best example of the world. ISRO is a world largest and popular space agency. The crash landing on the moon of Russia's Luna 25 probe is the latest twist in an international push to return to the Earth natural satellite that has grown in the world's top power and nuclear technology, science, and politics are the essential factors in moon race for everyone or every country. The launch of Luna 25 on August 11 marked the first such Russian mission in the almost 50 years and marked the beginning of Moscow's new lunar project after the Soviet Union divided in different countries. On August 16, the lander was successfully placed in the moon's orbit, but on Saturday, space agency Roscosmos announced it had ceased to exist following the collisions with the moon's surface. Measures taken on August 19 and 20 to locate the craft and make contact with it were successfully. The agency at it had been set to land on the moon's surface on Monday remains there for 1 year to collect samples. You know that it is 1 year to collect samples and analyze soil by the Luna 25. Unfortunately, Russia lost the Luna 25. Russian President Vladimir Putin has been working to strengthen space cooperation with China after tie with the West broke down following the start of Moscow's invasion of Ukraine in 2022. Moscow had hoped to build on the legacy of the Soviet era Luna program, marking a return to independent lunar exploration in the face of financial troubles and corruption scandals at its space program and growing isolation from the West. China's great leap toward the China's moon missions. China is pursuing plan to send a crewed means men's mission to the moon by the 2030. The build a base there also because you know that China is very greedy about this area and also moon mission. The world's second largest economy, China, has invested billions of dollars in its military run space programs in a push to catch up with the United States of America and Russia. China was the third country to place humans in orbit in 2003, and its Tiangong rocket is the crown jewel of its space program, which has also landed rovers on Mars and the Moon. The unnamed Chang 4 rocket landed on the far side of the Moon in 2019. Another robot mission to the near side raised the Chinese flag there in 2020. The moon landing brought rock the soil samples back to the earth, the first time that has been done in the more than 4 decades. NASA's Artemis NASA's Artemis 3 mission is set to the return humans to the moons in 2025, including its first woman and first non-white astronaut. Under the Artemis program, NASA is planning a series of missions of increasing complexity to return to the moon and build up a sustained presence so it can develop and test technologies for an eventual journey to Mars. Artemis first flew an uncrewed spacecraft around the moon in 2022. Artemis 2nd, planned for November 2024, will do the same with crew on board. NASA sees the moon as a pit stop, pit stop for the missions to Mars and has done a deal with a Finnish mobile firm Nokia to set up 4G network there. However, it has said the Artemis 3rd mission may not land humans on the moon, but that will depend on weather. Certain key elements, including the landing system developed by the SpaceX, are ready. You know that SpaceX belongs to Elon Musk. This firm is a belong to Elon Musk, who is a first richest, only one richest in the world. Won the contract for the landing system based on a version of its prototype Starship rocket, which remains far from ready. An orbital test flight of the uncrewed Starship ended with an dramatic explosion in April. Nuclears like India, recent technologies progress has reduced the cost of space missions and opened the way for nuclears in the public and private sector to get involved. India's latest Chandrayaan 3 entered the moon's orbit earlier in August. It will carry out India's second attempt lunar landing later this month. But getting to moon is not an easy task. Israeli non-profit organization Space IL launched its breastsheet lunar lander in 2019, but it crashed. And in April this year, Japan's iSpace was the latest company to try and fail at the historic bid to put a private lunar lander on the moon. Two companies, Astrobotic and Intuitive Machines, are also set to try later in the year. Let's see what will happen in future.